so I've already mixed all my dry ingredients right here. So that would be 25 ounces of baking soda, 7 ounces of citric acid, 4 ounces of cream of tartar, 15 ounces of SLSA, and it's all in here. Okay, so now I'm going to slowly add in my wet ingredients. So what I have in this container here is my 6 ounces of Shea butter, my 4.5 ounces of cocoa butter, and I melted them in the microwave. Took about 2 minutes, and then I just left it to, well, it had a couple of chunks of cocoa butter still in it, so I just left it and gave it a good stir, and it's now all emulsified and melted. Okay, I also put in that well, 1 ounce of Polysorbate 80 and 1 ounce of Liquid Glycerin. And now we're going to slowly add that to our dry mixture. Now just be careful when you're doing this, especially if you've got your SLSA on top, because it's super fine and you might see it pop up into the air. So we're going to go pretty slowly when we do this. Going to get all of that in there. It's doing pretty good. Okay, and we'll just give that a, let's just get that off there. Okay, here comes the fun part. We're going to mix this up with our hands, and make sure you got gloved hands because it's pretty fun. Alright, now just remember about that SLSA, it's super fine, so you don't want it going up your nose. You might be able to see those little puffs of cloud coming up already. So I'm just going to mix it. I'm leaning all the way back if you can see. So let's get all that incorporated. Once that SLA is mixed up pretty well, then you can really get in there and knead that liquid into the dry ingredients. You want it all really nicely mixed in. Let's give it a good knead. Make sure you're turning it over because the dry bits like to hide on the bottom. Okay, it's getting there now. So when I think about, when I see this mixture, I always think about sugar cookies. Making sugar cookies with my daughter India at Christmas time, or you know, any time, really. Okay, another one of our favorites is Afghan cookies, or biscuits as we call them in New Zealand. That's where I'm from. Living in Texas right now. India, Straven and Michael, my 3 bambinos, not so small anymore, but they're in New Zealand. Okay, and we got our sugar cookies. Okay, it's looking pretty good. It'd be like cookie dough. Just make sure you got all those ingredients mixed up. And this makes about 20, 18 to 20 bath truffles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the mixture into half, and I'm going to colour that with purple and with a lavender and vanilla flavour, well, not flavour because you're not going to eat it, but fragrance. And then the other one, whoops, the other one I'm going to do grapefruit, ruby grapefruit, which has been one of my best sellers. I'm going to do ruby grapefruit, and that'll be a nice orange and white. Alright, so I think that's looking pretty good. So it's just like nice cookie dough. It almost looks like lard. If you've ever cooked with lard, looks a bit like lard. Alright, so I'm just going to eyeball this and separate it into half. So half we're going to use for our grapefruit and half we're going to use for our lavender. That's about it. Alright, let's set this one aside. Okay, so that's going to be for our lavender. Let's pop that there. Okay, now with this one, the one we have left, I'm also going to separate that into half as well. Half of it I'm going to colour orange, and the other half is going to stay the white. So we're going to have orange and white. Alright, so I have my orange right here, and I already mixed in the grapefruit fragrance. So this is a 1/4 teaspoon of orange mica, and I think it is 1.5 teaspoons, no, 3 teaspoons of grapefruit. Now I find that this grapefruit is a little bit subtle, so that's why I like to put in a little bit more, because otherwise you can't smell it at all. Alright, so I'm going to add this in, and we'll just get all of that in there. Okay, I'm just going to mix that in now. Okay. When I mix this color up, I always think of orange creamsicles, and it smells gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And I'll show you the color. It's just so lovely. So here we go. It's a really soft orange color, and it's going to look really great with the white. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, let's just get that little bit mixed up. All that off. Hello, Maisie. It's one of my cats, Maze. I don't know if any of you guys have watched the TV show Lucifer. So we got a little cat. We adopted a little stray cat from our apartment in Houston, and we called her Maze after the character Mazikeen from Lucifer. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to separate this into, well, let's see, about 3. Okay, and what we're going to do on the greaseproof paper, let me move that camera so you can see. Okay, so what we're going to do on the greaseproof paper, make sure you do it on greaseproof paper because you might find that it gets stuck to your counter. So what we're going to do is separate that into the white into 3, and then I'm going to flatten it out. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to pop about 1/3 of our orange on top. Okay. Look how nice that orange looks against the white. Okay, and let's do another piece of white on top of the orange. And some more orange on there. White a little bit lighter. Hello, little mates. What are you doing? And let's do the last one. The last one is our, looks like creamsicle, ice cream, but that'll really be grapefruit. Don't get any little bits. Put that in there. I've got one little bit left. And I'll just pop that in. And last little bit. Okay, so now we have our orange creamsicle mud pie. So we're going to flip this over and just push that down. Okay, and let's do that again. You pretty much made. What? My cat wants to play. So if you hear some meowing, that's what that is. Ooh. All right, so now we have our orange creamsicle, actually ruby grapefruit, all ready to go. So I'm just going to put that aside. And I'm going to get another piece of parchment paper. And we're going to do the lavender one. Alright, so same with this one. I'm going to separate the reserved one that we had in half and bring that half out. So there's our white, okay, and with our remainder, and then pop in our pretty lavender. Okay, so this has our purple, I think it's lilac. And I also put in the fragrance oil. So this one I have lavender and I have vanilla in it as well. So I put in 1.5 teaspoons of, no, I only put in 1 teaspoon of the vanilla and 1.5 teaspoons of the French lavender. It smells good. Alright, so let's tip that in there. I'm excited to see how this one comes out. Put it all in there. Such a pretty colour. Alright, and mixing up with our hands again. Okay. This one's really pretty. I love that smell of lavender. It's just so calming and soothing. So lovely. That's pretty nice. That's going to look really good with the white. How nice that was. So yesterday I got a package in the mail from Amazon from when I first saw the label on it, I thought it said Deco Porn, but it's actually Deco Palm, and it was such a lovely labeled bag. It was full of 18 different types of dried flowers, and it was so nice. It was like, oh my god, it was like Christmas time, opening it up and looking at all the different little bags and smelling them all. It was just lovely. Anyway, so yes, yesterday I got that, and so I'm going to be making some bath salts. So I have those dried flowers, and I also have I'm going to use some coarse Himalayan salts, and I have some Dead Sea salts, I think, and also some finer salts. Yeah, so that should be fun. Alright, so we have our purple and we have our white as well. So we're going to do exactly the same thing that we did with our orange. And we're going to separate this into about 3. Okay. Okay. Yes, we're kind of close to a road. So you might be hearing, well, you probably not might be, you will be hearing those very loud hoons, as we call them in New Zealand. Alright, let's get that nice and flat. Okay, let's bring in some of our purple. Okay, look how nice that looks. Purple and white. I like that combination. And some more white. Let's get that in there. The smell of this one is incredible. Look how good that's looking. Okay, and some more purple. So it's just like a very colourful, very fragrant pancake that we're making. Okay, and just remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, otherwise you'll be here all day. Okay, last little bit, let's just pick up any little stragglers. Let's flatten that one a little bit first. Okay, pop that on. And our last bit of the purple. So nice. Alright, and off we go. Let's pat that one down. Alright, and let's flip that over to our first sandwich layer. And let's pop that one over. Alright, and let's just move it over a little bit, and we'll just squish it together a little bit. Alright, now we have our orange and white, and we have our purple and white. Okay, now I'm going to get a tray with wax-proof paper on it, and let's see, let's do the orange and white one first. Okay, so I hope you can see that. Yes. Okay, so now is the fun part too. So this is a regular ice cream scoop. It's got the little lever on the side that helps you get the ice cream out. So that's the type you want if you want it to come out easy. Okay, so we're going to do a little test with this one. Push it all the way down. Okay. Now, you don't want them too messy looking, so try and make them kind of flat on the bottom. Okay, and then we're just going to release that onto our tray. I don't know if you can see that one. Looks like ice cream. Alright, so let's keep going. Pretty. It's amazing actually how realistic it is. So we're going to be leaving these for about, well, probably 3 or 4 days to harden up once we have them all done. So good. This one smells so nice. This one's such a nice fresh citrusy smell. I love the grapefruit ones. Super cute. couple more left in here. Hopefully we'll get another couple out. This one, not enough for the rest of that, so I'm going to keep that. And we might make an orange and purple one and see how much of the purple we have there. Okay, let's just move this out of the way. And we're going to bring over our purple. Ooh, that one's pretty. You can see that one? Yeah. Pretty. Alright. Keep going. Just gonna move with it. So I have enough room for all of these. Doing my videos, the only one that you will ever, the only pet that you will ever see, or hear mostly, probably not see, is Maze. We have another cat, his name is Neo, like the Matrix, and oh, he's a big black guy. And well, he sleeps most of the day, and he's pretty old now. He's like 10 or 11. I've probably been saying that for the last couple of years, but he's getting old now. He's got a little bit of arthritis in one of his legs, so he doesn't get around that much, and he also loves to sleep. So probably never hear him, never see him, won't even know that I've got two pets. But he's the cuddly one. At night time, he'll hop up on the bed. He can still jump on the bed, thank goodness. And he'll come right up to our faces and he'll sit down. Well, probably sitting is the wrong word. He'll flop down. And he'll just stay there, and he'll want his tummy rubbed until he goes to sleep. He's a funny guy, but he's very lovely. He's a very, very sweet boy. And I don't know if you can see these, but they're very, very pretty. They just look like ice cream scoops. Getting down to the end of these now. if you're going to be making these, they're pretty much foolproof, I have to say. And yeah, any colors just look so good. I'd like to do like a raspberry one. Okay, let's just stamp up as much as we can, because I think we're going to only get one more out of this, and then we might put it with the okay, so we just have that little bit left, which I don't think is going to be enough for. So I'm going to pop that with the orange that we had, and we'll make a combo one. Oh, and only just enough. And this one can just be for me. Oh, not bad. Cute. Alright, so we are done, and I'm just going to make a little bowl with this one. Okay, so if you guys want to make that, those Bath Truffles, super easy. Just put all your wet, dry ingredients together first, then all your wet ingredients, mix them together. Super easy and super fun. Oh gosh, so fun. And pretty quick, like 30 minutes. It's pretty great. So I'm going to take my gloves off now, and I'm going to use this fairy dust that I got from Mad Mica's. I think it actually came with Royalty Soap's piping kit, which I got. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to just put a little bit. Oh, how sweet is that? Oh my gosh. Wow. That just makes them extra special. How cute. Very nice. Alright, that's enough. And they're all done. So, easy peasy. And they look great. Okay.